So, I hear there's a new deli opening up on the corner. What do you think? Will they have better sandwiches than the one down the street?
Well, it should be interesting to find out. I'm sure they'll have some unique offerings.
I'm hoping they have a nice selection of meats and cheeses.
That would certainly give them an edge. I'm sure they'll have some surprises to keep people coming back. What do you think their sandwiches could be called? Maybe something like the Big Baguette. Or, how about the Ultimate Club Sandwich?
Okay, do you guys think I'm crazy? Wait, never mind. I know what you're thinking already. What kind of crazy are we talking here?
No. We weren't even thinking that.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that being crazy is being in the majority. I mean, who isn't crazy these days?
Well, I'm not crazy. Though I'm sure some people think I am.
Please. Everyone knows I'm the craziest one here.
Okay, so I was walking down the street yesterday and this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, you look like you could use some money. Here's $200. I'm like, "Thanks, but why?" And he says, "Because you look like you're about to enter some kind of new relationship." So I took the money, went out and bought a ring. But when I came back to thank him, he was gone. So that's my cautionary tale about judging people too quickly. Now, who here is currently in a relationship? Show of hands. Alright, now who's single?
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Well, what do you expect?
I don't know, something a little more surprising. Like what?
How about if I told you I'm going to skydive tomorrow?
You can barely make it up a flight of stairs, there's no way you're skydiving.
Sure there is. I just have to muster up the courage. It'll be a real adventure.
Well, if you think so. I'll be cheering you on from the ground.
You'd better be. Hey, you know what else I'm going to do?
What? Hey, Fred. Have you ever seen a talking dog?
That's ridiculous.
Yes, but have you? No way. Oh, come now, it could happen.
I suppose anything is possible, but I'm still not convinced. I mean, how would it even talk? With a translator, I guess.
Exactly. I've heard of some pretty sophisticated translation technology these days. It could totally happen. Hey guys, I just saw the craziest thing.
Really, what happened? What?
Yeah, tell us, we want to hear about it.
No one's listening to me.
Okay, so I was walking down the street and I saw a cat wearing a hat.
Whoa, that is crazy. What kind of hat?
Yeah, did it look good? Hey, what do you think about getting a pet for the apartment?
I'm not sure if that's such a great idea. Animals can be a hassle, you know?
No, I think it's a great idea. We could get one of those tiny dogs, like a chihuahua or something. They don't need too much space and they're so cute. Plus, it'd give us something to focus our attention on when we're bored. What do you think, Fred?
Yeah, I guess it could work. Let's do it.
Alright, I guess we're getting a pet.
Yay!
Who's gonna take care of it?
Well, who do you think? Yvonne, of course.
Hey everyone! So, how many of y'all been to the club before? Alright, I see a few of y'all. Well, let me tell you. This club is pretty wild. You know, they had a drink special last week called Tequila Tuesday, and let me tell you, it did not end so well for me. I drank a few too many and woke the next morning with a massive headache.
Hey, Yvonne. What do you think about our new neighbor Cackler?
I'm not sure yet. He seems like kind of an oddball.
Yeah, he's definitely eccentric. I heard he's into yoga and meditating all the time.
That's definitely unusual.
Hey, what are you two talking about? I'm Cackler, I just moved in next door.
Oh, nice to meet you.
It's great to be here. I'm looking forward to getting to know the neighborhood.
We're sure looking forward to getting to know you too.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're in for some surprises.
Hey everyone, have you heard the latest news about Mars? No? Well, apparently it's made out of cheese now. I heard the other day that scientists say eating pizza is actually good for you. Who are we to argue? So, I've been married for 5 years now and my wife still hasn't figured out that the remote control doesn't actually control me. Life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get. But I'll tell you this for sure, it's gonna be delicious. You know what they say, don't judge a book by its cover. But you can always judge it by the number of pages, the thicker the better. Have you ever thought about why trains don't run on time? They're so fast, but still manage to be late. It doesn't make sense. You know why onions make you cry? Because they have layers and you never know what surprises are in store. Alright folks, that's all I have for tonight. Thanks for listening and have a great night.
I had the craziest thing happen to me yesterday.
What was it?
I was trying to buy a ticket for the new Avengers movie, and there were no more left.
That's too bad.
What were you going to do? I thought I might have to break into the ticket booth.
Can you believe it? I was going to resort to criminal activity just to see the movie.
Well, at least you weren't trying to rob a bank. That would have been a real bummer.
Look, Larry. I just saw a UFO flying over the building.
Are you sure it wasn't just a tree branch casting a strange shadow in the moonlight? You know what they say, seeing is believing.
No, I'm telling you it was a UFO. It just hovered there for a second and then flew away. I think I should report this to the authorities. What do you think?
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to report it. At least they can cross one thing off their list of potential causes. Who knows, maybe you'll even get a small reward for your efforts.
That's true. I might even become famous for discovering an alien presence in our city. Hey Larry, why did you decide to go out today? I heard that it may rain later this afternoon.
Well, I figured why not take the risk. Plus, it can't rain all day, well, at least I hope not. Besides, a little rain won't stop me from having a good time.
True, it's usually the thunder that does that.
Yeah, but that's when we bring out the umbrellas and start singing in the rain. That's the spirit.
You got that right.
Alright, so what kind of trouble shall we get into today? Anything exciting? Hey Fred, did you ever hear about the t-shirt that says I'm with stupid?
No, what's that about?
It's got an arrow pointing to the left and right, so it looks like you're with someone on both sides.
That's pretty clever. I might have to get one. I heard there was a belt buckle that said, "If you can read this, I'm too close." That could be useful.
That's hilarious. I wonder who thought of that. Wait, I just thought of one. How about a t-shirt that says I'd rather be out of fashion than in debt?
Ha! I like it. Let's get them made and start selling them.
Sounds like a plan. So I went to the mall yesterday and it was so crowded. I could barely even walk around. But then I saw this crazy outfit and thought, what the heck, why not? And I wore it around the mall and everyone was staring at me. I was like, what's wrong with you guys? It's not that weird. So I just kept walking around, feeling like a total oddball.
Hey Larry, did you hear the news? I just heard that the world's biggest jigsaw puzzle is actually being pieced together in this town.
That really is wild. Where are they doing the assembling?
At the local community center. It's supposed to take a few months to complete.
Wow, I wonder what the finished product will look like.
I can only imagine. I'm planning on checking it out once they're done. Maybe you should come too?
Sure, why not? Might be entertaining. Hey, you know what might actually be even more entertaining? Hey, everyone! So, I was on a date the other night and I asked her, "What do you want for dinner?" She said, "Surprise me." So I took her to a gas station. I don't know why everyone's laughing, that was actually really nice of me. I mean, it's not like I took her to McDonald's. Anyways, so that's my story. Let me hear your best date stories. Who has the craziest thing that happened on a date?
Well, Larry, did you hear the one about why ducks weren't invited to the party? They were the last to quack the news.
That's hilarious. What about the one where someone was trying to sell a chicken nest? I heard the person offered a feather bedding. How about the one where someone went to the store and asked for a pair of pants with pockets?
They said you can't have it both ways.
I love it! How about the one where someone went to buy a dog and was asked what size?
The reply was the bigger the bark, the better the bite.
So do you guys want to go out for lunch or something?
Yeah, why not? I can eat.
Hey, I'll come with you. I know this great Italian restaurant that's really close by. You know, I heard they have a special this week where you get 2 courses for the price of 1.
Wow, that sounds like a great deal. Let's go check it out.
Absolutely.
But I'm warning you, Larry. If there's anything on the menu that I don't like, you'd better be ready to pay the full price.
Haha, I think I can handle that. Man, this really is becoming a wild story. I mean, things are getting so crazy. I know, who even knows what'll happen next? I'm almost afraid to find out.
Yeah, it's like some sort of twisted mystery novel. I mean, what are the chances of us being in this situation?
I know, right? It's like 1,000,000 to 1.
It's almost like it was written in the stars. We definitely deserve an award for dealing with this craziness.
No doubt. We're like action heroes, save the day and all that.
Hey, have you heard about this new movie getting all the buzz? It's about a local politician who gets stuck in a time loop.
That sounds hilarious. Wait, why are you so interested in it?
Yeah, you don't usually care about movies.
I think he has a plan. I bet if he can get us tickets, we could use it as the basis for a new stand-up routine.
And then we could all be in it together.
That's a great idea. Let's do it.
I'm going to call the theater right now and see if we can get a group rate.
Great, I'm sure we'll get a good deal. And who knows, maybe we can get some backstage passes too.
Hey guys, did you hear the news?
What news?
Yeah, what's going on? Are you talking about that new comic book store opening up downtown?
A comic book store? Wow, that could be interesting.
Actually, I was talking about the new deli that opened up down the street. The one that supposedly has the best Reuben sandwiches in town.
A deli? That sounds delicious.
Yeah, I'm definitely in. When should we go?
Hey Fred, it's been so long since we've seen each other. How are things going? Did you know that scientists are saying the world might end in 20 years? That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it is, but I'm more interested in what's going on in my life right now.
So what have you been up to lately?
Well, I just started a new job as an accountant. I'm hoping to get promoted soon. What about you? What's new? Are you still making those unusual sculptures out of paper clips?
Hey everybody, it's great to be here tonight. So, anyone else been trying to get healthy lately? I'll tell you what, it's hard work. They always say eat your veggies, but do they ever tell you how to make them taste good? Seriously though, I've been eating so many salads lately that I'm starting to feel like a rabbit. But it's worth it, because when you think about it, being healthy is really just an investment in our future. And hey, if you're going to make that kind of commitment, why not treat yourself every once in a while? That's why I say treat yourself. So, what do you think? Who's ready to make a few changes and start eating better? Let's do this! Alright, let's move on to something else. What's the craziest thing you've heard someone say at work? I bet it's pretty funny. Let's hear some stories. Alright, time for the next joke. So, I was at the store and I heard this woman reading the labels on all of the cans. She was really struggling to pronounce some of them. Finally, she pointed to one and said, "What is this?" "Dyslexia." Hey, Yvonne. So what's new and exciting in your life lately?
You know, I just got back from a road trip with some friends and it was really amazing. We hiked a lot of different trails, visited some interesting places, and even tried out a few local delicacies. It was great.
Wow, sounds like you had quite the adventure. What was your favorite part?
One of my favorite memories was when we hiked up a mountain and stopped to watch the sunset. It was really beautiful, peaceful, and just an overall amazing experience.
That sounds incredible. You always know how to find the best spots.
Thanks. It's part of my special talent. Speaking of special talents, what have you been up to lately?
Hey there, everyone! Thanks for coming out tonight and supporting live comedy. I'm so excited to be here. So, what's new with everyone? Anyone got any big plans coming up in the next few weeks? Alright, so I was out walking my dog the other day and he started barking at this squirrel. So I started talking to the squirrel, trying to figure out why my dog was so mad. Turns out, the squirrel told me it had stolen a bag of treats from him earlier that morning. I'm like, what did it take the treats for? And the squirrel looks at me and says, because I'm a squirrel. What else would I do with them? So yeah, I was just standing there in shock, and the squirrel starts hopping away. And I'm just yelling at it, hey, what are you gonna do with those treats? Anyway, that's the story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. Alright, who's ready for the next joke?
So what's new with you, Larry?
I'm getting more into photography lately. It's really interesting to take pictures of interesting places around town and capture moments that no one else can see.
That's really cool. I didn't realize you were into photography.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm still learning the basics, but it's been pretty rewarding so far. How about you? What have you been up to? Just keeping busy with the usual. Some stand-up gigs here and there, trying to write some new jokes. And of course spending time with my family too. That sounds great. I'm sure your family loves all the extra attention.
Yeah, it's been great. They're always so supportive of my comedy career and I'm grateful for that. What do you think of my latest routine?
Hi everybody. I'm Larry, and it feels great to be here. So I was thinking about getting a new job the other day, and boy did I get some interesting responses when I asked around for suggestions. Everyone had all sorts of ideas ranging from dog walker to professional Netflix binger. But my favorite one, hands down, was professional coffee taster. You know what? That might not be such a bad idea after all. You can never have too much coffee in your life, right? Speaking of coffee, I think it's time to take a break now and grab some coffee. Anyone else ready for a caffeine fix? So while we take that break, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been doing stand-up comedy for over 2 years now and I still love it just as much as when I first started. There's nothing like the feeling of making people laugh, even if it's just a few people in a small club. But hey, that's all part of the journey. Anyway, thanks for listening and let's get back to the show. So what else can I talk about? How about relationships? Ah yes, that's always a good topic. So here's the thing about relationships, you never know what the other person is really thinking. You can assume, yes, and speculate all you want, but at the end of the day, it's impossible to ever be sure. But that's also part of the fun, right? Alright, enough about relationships. Let's talk about something lighter, like food. Who here loves pizza? Crowd cheers, yeah, me too. But I've realized that sometimes it can be hard to decide on what topping to get. So here's my rule of thumb, always go with extra cheese. That way you can never go wrong. Well, I think that's about it for today. Thanks for listening, everyone. It was great to talk to you. Have a great night. Exit stage to applause. Bows.
So I was at the store today and they had this new product that I just had to have. What's that?
Well, it's a new kind of cereal. It claims to be the healthiest breakfast on the market.
Wow, that is surprising. I wonder what it tastes like. Does it come in different flavors?
Yes, supposedly it comes in 5 different flavors.
Well, I'm definitely willing to give it a try.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we can all get some and find out which flavor is the best. Hey Fred, what do you think of this place? It's so different here.
I know. A lot of new things to try out here. I've been thinking about doing some stand-up comedy. What do you think? Would you come and watch?
Absolutely. I think you could do great. Besides, I'd love to come and laugh at all your jokes.
Well, that's encouraging at least. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, now all you have to do is come up with some good material. Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, I'm sure you've all heard the news by now. They made a movie about my hometown. And when people hear that, they always say one thing too. Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm here to tell you that there's nothing to be sorry about. My hometown isn't a bad place. In fact, there are some really cool things about it that you wouldn't expect. For example, there's this one place that makes the best pancakes you'll ever have. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried them yet, do yourself a favor and make sure to get some when you come visit. Even though my hometown can be a bit of a challenge at times, there are always people around who make it worth sticking around.
Hey Larry, did you hear about the new vacuum cleaner a friend of mine bought?
You bought a vacuum cleaner?
Oh, I didn't know you were into cleaning, Fred. Yeah, it's like the kind that can self navigate around your house.
I didn't buy it. My friend did. Anyway, apparently things have been going missing from his house.
No way.
That's hilarious. What could it be?
My guess is it's a robot thief.
A robot thief? That's ridiculous.
Maybe the vacuum cleaner is a secret agent stealing the items to help its mission?
I can't believe what happened at the store today. I went in for one thing and ended up buying an entire wardrobe.
That's crazy. What did you buy?
A bunch of dresses, some new shoes, and a few hats. Plus, I even got a new purse to match.
Wow, that's quite a haul. So, what did you do with all of it? Did you wear it all out of the store?
Of course not. I just took home the bags. I hope to have time tomorrow to try it all on.
Interesting plan. But what if it doesn't fit? You could be stuck with a closet full of clothes that you can't wear.
I was trying to figure out what I wanted for lunch today.
Why don't you try something new?
That sounds like a great idea, but how do I pick something?
Why don't you pick something based on the cost? That way you can save some money and still try something new.
That's a great idea, but what if I don't like it? Then I would have wasted my money.
Well, you could always try splitting something with a friend. That way, if you don't like it, they can have the rest and vice versa. That way you can both try something new and not worry about wasting money.
Wow, I can't believe how much fun we've been having here.
Yeah, it's been great. But I'm getting a bit tired of the same old conversation every day.
Well, you can't beat the classics. But if you want something new, why don't we try a game of improv? We can have outrageous and funny conversations without knowing what's going to happen next. I'm game. Who else is in?
Definitely. Let's do it.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
Okay, I'll start us off. What did you do last weekend?
Well, I went to a carnival and rode on the Ferris wheel. What about you?
Oh, I went for a hike in the mountains and saw some gorgeous views. What about you, Yvonne? Hi everyone, it's great to be here. So I was recently on a flight and the guy next to me said something that really made me think. He said if you don't have wings, how the heck are you going to fly? And I'm like, yeah, I can get on board with that logic. Anyways, so I was out the other night and these two guys started fighting in the middle of the street. And I'm like, what are they doing? It's not like they can fly away. So moral of the story is don't try to fight unless you have wings. Alright, so my last joke. What did the bird say when it was asked what superpower he wanted? He said, I want to be able to fly. Duh. Alright, thanks for sticking around and I'll see you later. Peace out. Waves goodbye. Exits the stage to applause. Bows and smiles.
Hey, Larry, did you hear what happened to Fred yesterday?
What's that? I'm horrified to hear about it.
Well, it seems he was walking down the street when he tripped and fell right into a giant plate of spaghetti. Everyone around stopped to help him up, but they couldn't stop laughing at the sight when they saw he had a big pile of spaghetti hanging off of his head.
Wow, that must have been so embarrassing. I'm sure Fred was red-faced from it all. But I guess it could have been worse.
Why do I always get stuck with the check?
Maybe because you're the one with the job and money.
It's like some weird cosmic law.
I'm with you, Larry. It's like we got taken by the Pied Piper.
Gotta be careful, or he'll take all the laughter away.
Or worse, he'll make us wear crazy looking hats. Don't worry, I heard he's on vacation this week.
That's a relief. Can't stand the thought of wearing a big top hat for a week.
Well, I'm glad that's taken care of. Now, who's going to pay for these drinks?
Hi everyone! So I just started this new diet, and it's really hard. All I'm allowed to eat is kale, quinoa, and tofu. I'm eating so much kale, I think I've started photosynthesizing. But the worst part is all my friends keep asking me, where do you get your protein? And I'm like, I'm a person, not an equation. Anyway, so I was at the grocery store getting some food for the week and I accidentally dropped my wallet in the produce section. I was so embarrassed, but luckily the guy checking me out didn't recognize me. I guess he's never seen kale before. So, yeah, that's my life now. Anybody else had any weird experiences with health food lately? So, what do you think about the new movie we saw last night?
It was okay, I guess. The acting was actually pretty good, but the plot felt kind of rushed and not very original or interesting.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The story was a bit all over the place and didn't seem to have much direction.
Exactly. It was like they tried to cram too many ideas into one movie and it just didn't work out. So, what should we do tonight instead? Maybe go to the new restaurant in town and check it out.
Sure, why not? And maybe we can find something a bit more interesting to talk about than that movie. It'll be a great excuse to get out of the house and do something different.
Did you hear they're opening a new roller coaster at the theme park?
Wow, that's wild. I wonder what kind of loops they'll have on it. Or maybe they'll have one of those really long, slow pulls that takes you up the first hill and drops you off at the top all slowly.
That could be really thrilling. It would be like a suspenseful roller coaster. We should go check it out when it opens. What's the craziest ride you've ever been on?
That would have to be when I went on the log flume and ended up completely soaked.
Wow, that sounds like an adventure. I bet all your clothes weighed extra afterwards.
Yeah, that wasn't too pleasant. But it was fun anyway.
Hey Larry, what's going on? You know, I was thinking of getting a new car.
Really? What kind of car?
I don't know, something fast. I want to feel the wind in my hair while I'm driving. What do you guys think?
I think it should be something eco-friendly like an electric car.
I'm not sure that's such a good idea. How about a hybrid?
Well, this is a surprise. What brings you guys together?
I heard Larry had something really funny to tell us.
So what is it?
Larry, you go ahead and tell us. Okay, so I heard about this guy who went skydiving and just as he was about to jump out of the plane he changed his mind and decided not to go.
That's not funny. What's funny is that when he changed his mind, the instructor gave him a refund for the jump. In cash.
In cash? That's hilarious.
Yeah, so instead of jumping out of the plane, he ended up with a fistful of money.
That's great. I wonder who he refunded.
Hey, did you hear about this new news story? It's really shocking.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Apparently, this guy went to the bank and tried to deposit a three-legged chicken.
No way. What happened? Yeah, what happened?
The poor thing got rejected, of course. Can you imagine? Bank tellers can be so heartless sometimes.
I guess it just didn't have the right balance.
That's an excellent pun. You know what's really amazing?
What? What's so amazing?
That there are so many people in the world, and yet none of us know each other. It's incredible how different lifestyles and cultures can be, despite us all being on the same planet.
Yeah, it is pretty remarkable that all these unique individuals can be so close yet still alien to one another. I mean, I'm sure if we ever met someone from another country, we'd have plenty of surprises waiting for us.
Absolutely. The world is truly a fascinating place.
It sure is. I just wish more people would take the time to appreciate it instead of taking it for granted. Hey everyone, thanks for coming out tonight. So, I was walking down the street the other day, and I saw this man wearing a t-shirt with an incredible slogan on it. It said nothing is impossible except for skiing in a lunchbox. I thought that was hilarious, even though I have no idea what it means. So then I got thinking, what other funny things can you do with a lunchbox? Well, you can fill it with all your favorite snacks and take it to a movie theater. That way, you don't have to overpay for popcorn and candy at the concession stand. Or, you can use it as a boombox and dance around your living room with it. That's always fun. Finally, you can use it as a miniature golf course. Put some plastic cups in the lunchbox and see how many holes you can get. Well, that's all my lunchbox related jokes for now. Thanks again everyone, have a great night. Thanks for coming out.
Hey, Larry, did you hear about the new restaurant that just opened up? It's supposed to be the most exclusive in town.
That sounds great, but do you think it's worth the hefty price tag? I mean, it wouldn't be fun if we can't afford to go. Hey, why don't you try to get us a deal? I bet you could charm the maitre d' into giving us a good deal if we talk to him.
I'll give it a shot. It never hurts to try. Let's see if I can get us in. Although, it's a little risky since I don't know what he'll say. We could end up out of luck if he doesn't budge.
True, but I'm sure you'll find a way to make it work. Hey, do you guys think it would be weird if I decided to start eating lunch off a yellow pool floaty?
That's the strangest suggestion I have ever heard.
You know, I was once considering it for a while. It's surprisingly comfortable. I don't know, man. It's a little too avant-garde for me.
I think it could be fun.
Well, I'm sure there are more conventional choices out there. But if you're feeling feisty, go for it.
I'll join you. Let's be wild and use the inflatable purple unicorn floaty. There's no better place to chow down than on a magical creature. Yup, lunch on a unicorn floaty, it's gonna be legendary.
Alright, I'm in. Let's do lunch on a unicorn floaty.
Hey Fred, I heard a rumor that you got arrested yesterday. What? That's outrageous.
I know, I didn't do anything wrong. It was all a big misunderstanding.
What kind of misunderstanding? Fred, to be honest, I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner.
Yeah, I guess I know how to pick my battles. But this time it got the better of me.
Okay, what did you do?
I was walking through the park and this police officer came up to me and asked if I had been drinking. I told him no, but then he said he smelled alcohol on my breath. So I got arrested for public intoxication. Can you believe it?
You won't believe what happened to me last night. I was out with this guy, and he had the worst pickup lines.
What did he say?
I'm sure it was so bad, it must have been a work of art.
He asked me if I wanted to go out for a romantic moonlight picnic.
That is pretty bad.
And then he asked me if I wanted to go stargazing in the park.
Wow! That is even worse. No wonder you ran away.
Well, I guess that's a lesson in how not to pick up women. But then again, it could have been worse.
I had the strangest dream last night. I dreamt that I was living in a world where cats could talk and make decisions.
That sounds like a fantasy world. Did you do anything interesting in this dream?
Of course. I was the leader of a cat army and we were going to war with the dogs. And guess who won? The cats, of course.
Wow! You must have been quite a leader. I bet your cats were quite brave. What did you do leading them into battle?
I had to come up with some sneaky tactics. I distracted the dogs with a big pile of bones, while my cats made their way around them to strike.
That's brilliant. It sounds like your cats conquered the dogs with a little bit of ingenuity and wit.
Hey Fred, did you hear about that new show on the radio? They said it's gonna be the new in thing.
That sounds interesting. I'm always looking for something new and exciting. What kind of show is it?
It's called the Quirky Conversations Show. They said it will be a mix of interviews, comedy skits, and fun topics to discuss.
That sounds really unique. Do you think we should give it a try? I think it would be a great way to get our comedic chops up and show people what we can do.
Absolutely. Let's do it. We should be able to come up with some great material for this show.
Hey, guys, guess what I heard?
What?
That's a good way to start a conversation.
Yeah, so what did you hear?
Oh, yeah. What did you hear?
Alright, so I heard that they're introducing smokeless cigarettes to the public.
No way. That's crazy. Is it true?
Of course it is, I heard about it too. It's supposed to be a healthier alternative to smoking.
Would you believe I just found out there's a new flavor of ice cream that tastes like pizza? It's called pepperoni swirl. How did I miss that one? Have you tried it yet?
No, but I'm definitely going to give it a try. After all, who doesn't love the combination of pepperoni and ice cream? It sounds like an unusual treat.
You're right. We should definitely give it a try.
I'm game. Let's go grab some and see what the fuss is about.
Sounds like a plan.
But if it's not as good as we expect, then we can always grab some Kung Pao chicken ice cream instead. That's a flavor I could really get behind.
Hi everyone! So, I was walking to work this morning and suddenly realized how lucky I am that I don't have an office job. You know, where the most exciting thing that happens during the day is the company printer jamming up again. Everyone groans in agony, but I just can't help but laugh. Hey, it's better than dealing with the corporate politics of a giant cubicle farm. Speaking of cubicles, I'm pretty sure mine has seen better days. It's got stains on the carpet and a few of the walls are missing paint. How do I know this? Because every morning my boss tells me, don't be late. Your cubicle is a mess. And it's not just the cubicle. My desk has seen better days too. Let's just say I'm not winning any awards for office tidiness. Hey, at least I have time to take a walk during lunch and appreciate the little things in life. If there's anything I've learned from all this, it's that life is too short to be stuck in a cubicle, so make the most of it.
So I bought a car the other day, and you'll never guess what color it is.
I'm guessing neon green?
Neon green? You're so off base. It's a sky blue coupe. You know what I really like about it? It has a built-in GPS system.
Wow, that sounds really nice.
Yeah, but I find it kind of strange that it has a voice. The thing speaks to me every time I get in the car.
That is so weird. I hope it's not a female voice, or else you might get too distracted on the roads.
I'm sure you can switch the voice to a different one if it bothers you. Hey Larry, have you seen my new watch?
Wow, it looks really nice. Is it expensive? How much did it set you back? Are you keeping it a secret, or can I have the details?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. It only cost me $40. I got it at the flea market. Can you believe it? I almost bought a cheap knockoff, but I'm glad I didn't.
Whoa! That's incredible. I wouldn't have guessed you'd find a deal like that at the flea market. I've got to get myself down there and see what I can find.
You should definitely check it out. I'm sure you'll find something cool.